In this video, we'll cover the structure and automated elements of the project management framework for Notion, focusing on its suitability for B2B, small teams, and solopreneurs. Let's start with who the framework serves. It's geared towards businesses with a defined niche, but even if every client is different, the PM framework can still help you. It works best when you have to keep track of projects from different clients at different stages, but it also works if you only have one client at a time. If any part of your business lends itself to checklists or recurring groups of tasks, the PM framework lets you predefine your process for customization and reuse for each new client. If your projects are long or complex and proceed in predefined stages, the PM framework lets you group tasks by milestones to keep your current task list from becoming cluttered. Lastly, the PM framework helps if you want to share a portal with your clients so that they can see their tasks and have them synchronized to your central task list. Essentially, the PM framework is for business owners who are looking to manage the relationships between communication, accountability, and action. Places like Gumroad are flooded with free and low-cost templates. This is not one of them. If you're running projects that don't have a defined beginning and end, then you'll find the PM framework for Notion to be overkill. If you're not working with other people that you need to coordinate with, then there are simpler alternatives for you. And if you're planning to use Notion for your life operating system, then you'd be better served with something like Second Brain or the Para method. So let's dive under the hood and explore the elements that create the PM framework for Notion. The core elements are common to almost every project management framework on the market, Notion or otherwise. You create projects to do work for clients, and those projects consist of notes or meetings and a bunch of tasks. And although this is the structural view of those relationships, logically, each of these elements is intricately tied to the others. Tasks apply to projects, or tasks can emerge from a client meeting. Notes also need to be tied to projects, as well as the client who owns the project. Notion can easily make any one of these links for us, but the PM framework ensures that all objects are appropriately linked to each other by plugging holes in Notion's relationship model. Using external automation to implement your business rules, the PM framework ensures that your data maintains all appropriate relationships so that you can find what you need, when and where you need it. Adding to the core framework, if your business is managing objectives and key results, OKRs, then you can tie those directly to your projects for tracking and reporting. And if your projects are longer, more involved, or proceed in a series of common stages, the PM framework lets you use these stages to organize and plan your portfolio of active projects. Lastly, if you're working with an Agile methodology, the PM framework has facilities to manage your work in sprints, including a backlog, sprint planning tools, and facilities for closing a sprint. This is nowhere near as elaborate as a software development team might use with Jira, but it does add a structure for continuous positive improvement on top of your standard PM methodology. Next, Notion already has native tools for taking a single task and recreating it on a recurring basis, but not groups of tasks. The PM framework lets you define your teams, such as marketing, sales, operations, and support, as well as associating your staff with various teams. We do this so that you can define groups of recurring tasks, predefining these tasks to the team that is responsible. These predefined tasks can then be pulled into your projects automatically or on demand. As an example, you can have a predefined set of tasks for onboarding or a particular service that you offer, or to trigger handoff procedures. So far, we've been focusing on the internal aspects of the PM framework. Unfortunately, sharing a restricted view of any database with the client is inadequate from a security standpoint. You cannot yet fully secure one client's data from another. So, the PM framework can create client-facing portals on demand automatically. The portals have separate task databases that you can share with your clients. There's an automated process that keeps the properties of the client's task database in sync with their tasks in your central task database. Clients can even enter new tasks in their private task database, which will then be sent back to your central DB for review. Lastly, you can customize your client portals, including access to various setups for private or public access to wiki or documentation repositories. To wrap up the overview, I'd like to highlight one of the ways of getting client requests into Notion using email and AI. A standard flow is that a customer emails somebody on your team with a request. Your staff can forward that email to a private address for processing, which will then send it to OpenAI. Automation then creates a note with the email, as well as individual tasks that are extracted from the text, and fully establishes the link between the customer and their note with accompanying tasks, assigning those tasks to the staff who forwarded the email to be processed. The PM framework is not a one-size-fits-all solution that you duplicate and run with. Instead, it's a rock-solid foundation that we customize to your particular process, requirements, data, tasks, and teams. You can see more details about the PM framework for Notion and schedule a conversation about using it in your business at the link above.